How you doing, guys? This is to plod or not to plod. I'm at my next location, which is one a little bit tucked up out the way. So I've been here for about 3 seconds, being plucked by a copper on staircase. So he's already on the phone. You can see there, from what I can work out, that the name of this is, I believe that the name of this is called Boreham Police Station. So I do believe. So, yeah.
From the very first seconds, the tension is already alive. The auditor hasn't even begun filming properly before he notices an officer watching from a staircase, phone out, clearly reporting his presence. It's a quiet location, but the message is loud: you've been seen. This opening instantly hooks the viewer, setting the tone for a police audit that's going to escalate fast.
Relatively new, it does. And yeah, it looks quite slick, looks quite smart, but yeah. I think it may still be in the process of sort of being finished. Maybe.
The auditor calmly surveys the police station, describing its modern appearance and unfinished feel. There's no confrontation yet, just steady observation, but that calm feels fragile. The viewer knows the camera hasn't gone unnoticed, and the silence only builds anticipation for the inevitable approach.
So is there a reason why you're filming a police station?
Well, first of all, could you identify yourself for me?
PC.
And your collar number?
PC Lee Bush.
Your collar number, sir?
So, shoulder number's 3158.
Thank you very much, sir.
That's all right. Yeah, is there any reason why you're filming the police station?
Yep, for public interest, sir.
Okay. In what respect?
Just to see how well the local police get on with the local people.
Okay, so...
And in how they're actually treated.
Okay, and is that in relation to yourself, or is it just...
No, in general, sir.
No? Okay, so how? I'm just intrigued how filming a police station is going to further that for you.
Well, you don't see many actual police out on foot anymore.
Oh, I see, right. Okay.
So the only way you can really actually get to see any number of police officers is actually at a police station.
Okay. So is that what would you like me to relay that back? You want more people on the street, in other words?
Well, yeah, that'd be great, most of all.
Okay.
There you go. Do you feel there's a disconnection between the actual local police and local people?
The job I do, I don't really have that much to do with the local communities anymore in that respect, so I can't answer that. But that might be, if you feel that way, clearly I suggest then.
Oh no, it's not just not myself. Okay, it's been widely known. Okay, that's the way that things are around here.
How local do you live here? Do you live relatively local, like streets away, or on the borough, on Waltham Forest?
I didn't say that I did, and I didn't say that I didn't. So.
Okay, so no, I'm just asking because you were saying about the disconnect about the area, so. It's reasonable for me to assume to some degree that you're at this police station, then therefore you might be. Yeah,
well, it goes across the board a lot with a lot of the Met, across the whole board.
Okay. What's your name, sir?
I don't need to give you that, sir.
Right, I didn't say you did. I just asked your name, so I can feed it back.
And as I said,
that Mr. John so and so.
Yeah, but as I said,
about the disconnect between the public and the police.
But as I said, that's something that you can still pass that complaint through.
Yeah, I will do.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I initially thought you might have been here complaining about the gate. It might be a local resident because it's. The work on it stopped and the cars are taking up room, and that was what I was coming down just to say that we are chasing this up. That was a.
Is this a current one that's just been built?
No, it's been here a few years, but the gate's being repaired.
Right. Okay.
All right. So that's why it's that. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's it.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening, sir.
A detective sergeant approaches, and the interaction begins respectfully. Identification is given, questions are asked, and the auditor explains he's filming for public interest. The exchange remains civil, even touching on police-community disconnect. Before ending without issue, establishing a clear example of how lawful professional policing can look.
Okay, so that wasn't a bad interaction, but why is it that they struggle to admit now he was a detective sergeant, but why is it that they struggle so badly in actually saying that there is a disconnect? This is what I don't get. Why are they so afraid to say that there's a disconnect? Why? Well, it's because number one, they already know that the public has lost interest in the police. Okay, that's for one. Okay, and they just don't like it that it's now all going against them. So but there's nothing more that you can really say. But it just sort of makes you wonder, makes you laugh, and this is everything that happens.
Once alone, the auditor reflects on the interaction, questioning why police struggle to acknowledge public distrust. His commentary sharpens the narrative, suggesting deeper institutional denial and unintentionally foreshadowing the conflict that's about to unfold.
You okay?
I'm very good, thank you.
Can I help you with anything?
No, could you identify yourself first, please?
Yeah, I'm a police officer. I've got my warrant card with me. How is that I can help you today?
I didn't ask for any help. And your collar number, please.
It's my shoulder number.
Shoulder.
It's 1968 November Echo.
Thank you very much.
What is it you're doing today?
I'm filming.
Pardon?
I'm filming.
Any reason what for?
Yep, just to see how well that the police actually interact with local people.
Oh, right. Are you from around here? Are you from this area?
There's no point in fishing to whether or not I'm from round here or not.
I was
Okay,
just asking.
it should make no difference whether or not I was or I wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just
It's
asking.
just something that should happen.
No worries. Obviously, you're filming a police station. There's no need for you to be filming a police station.
Okay.
I'm going to search you.
Hang on. Well, first of all, let's just actually clarify this.
Yeah.
Okay.
A second officer arrives, and the tone changes immediately. The questions become more probing, focusing on the auditor's presence and whether he's local. The auditor calmly resists irrelevant questioning, and the interaction begins to feel less conversational and more confrontational.
Okay. If you're going to use section 43, okay, don't just quote me a number, quote me the specific part of section 43 before you even attempt to do anything. Okay, because under section 43, I have the legal right to actually film a police station. I'm breaking no laws. Okay, a detective sergeant has only just been out here. Okay, so think very carefully before you even attempt to use section 43. Because if you go to use section 43, okay, I will sue you.
Sue me for what?
Okay, for an unlawful detainment. Okay.
Why is it unlawful?
Because it is perfectly lawful, exactly what I'm doing, filming the police station. You've asked me what I'm doing. I've given you a reason. Okay.
You just
Now
said
it
you're
states that,
filming the police
yeah.
station.
And if you look under the section 43, okay, it is perfectly lawful for me to film a police station. Okay, and section 43 cannot be used in the line of filming. I'm here to audit the actual police station, and if you care to actually look, because you're a public service, okay, and I'm a member of the public, okay, and I'm entitled to do exactly what I'm doing. Okay, that's why I'm saying to you, you need to think very carefully now, and if you're going to use section 43, if you're going to use section 43, make sure that you quote me the correct legislation from 43.
You feel the need to come out here.
The situation escalates sharply when section 43 is mentioned. The auditor immediately challenges its misuse, warning that filming a police station is lawful and that any detention would be unlawful. The stakes jump instantly. This is no longer casual questioning, but a legal standoff.
And start filming the police station.
Well, what gives you the right to abuse my rights?
How am I abusing your rights?
Because you're going to try and use the Terrorism Act.
I haven't even done anything yet.
Well, you said you're going to search me.
Okay, but I haven't done anything yet, have I?
That's only because I'm challenging you.
No, I'm asking you a question and you can't give me an answer.
I don't need to justify what I'm doing, okay? I've told you why I'm here, okay? And that's why I told you, think very carefully before your next step, okay? And if you need to call an inspector or a sergeant out, then I suggest you do so, okay?
Who you just spoke to?
A detective sergeant that was just out here.
Did not say who it was.
Okay? Right, so think very carefully.
Did they not say who it was?
Well, just call through to your control room. They sent him out.
No one called.
He's only come out, literally, he only just left me just as I walked this way. Okay. So that's why I said, think very carefully with what you're about to do.
He say?
He knows I'm perfectly well within my lawful rights to do what I'm doing.
What do he look like? I'll go and see if I can find him quickly.
In plain clothes, a little bit taller than me, a little bit chubby, shortish hair.
Suit?
Yeah.
Alright, 2 seconds.
Okay, looked like a dark blue suit.
And you said he was a DS, yeah?
Detective Sergeant, yep, he came from upstairs, over in that far corner, is where he came from. So that's why I said, think very carefully.
I don't think very carefully.
No, you do. You can't just use the section 43, okay, and abuse that power. That's why section 44 got removed, because of officers like you that tried to abuse.
Like me?
Yeah,
You've never met me
you've
before.
gone to use.
Officers like me.
Yeah, that's why the first thing you actually went to do was take your gloves out and actually try and abuse my rights.
I'm not abusing your
rights.
rights.
You did by trying to say you're going to search me. What gives you the right to think that you can do that?
But how am I abusing your rights?
Okay, to even suggest that. You're absolutely a disgrace, you are.
I'm a disgrace.
Yes, you are.
It's a bit extreme.
No, you're a disgrace to even suggest that. Okay?
Why am I a disgrace?
For somebody doing something lawful, you think that you can search him.
I'm asking you why you've come down
You think
here.
it makes no difference. I don't even have to answer you.
Okay, let's stand
Okay?
in silence. Fine by me.
But to even suggest that you're going to search me, okay, honestly, you're an absolute embarrassment. Absolute embarrassment. Yeah. That's why I told you, you need to think very carefully on your next move. Okay? Think very carefully. Okay? And when you put your camera on, you are meant to inform a member of the public. Yes, you are. It's in your code of ethics. Okay? So, and you need to look under section 3.5.5. Okay? And if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be doing the job. Okay? And that's why I said, make sure that you quote the correct part of section 43. If you're going to actually try and use that. Just make sure you try and use that. Okay? And as I said, then I will take out a case against you.
No worries, no problem.
This is the explosive core of the video. Voices rise as the auditor accuses the officer of abusing power and misunderstanding the law. He references removed legislation, police ethics, and unlawful searches, while the officer struggles to justify her position. The tension peaks as authority is openly challenged, on camera, in real-time.
Alright? You're an absolute embarrassment, and you wonder why people actually decide to do something like this. It's because of what you try and do to members of the public for doing something completely lawful. Okay? There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. Okay? The DS that came down here, okay, really lovely guy. Had a nice chat with him.
Okay.
Right, understood everything that was being done. Okay? And to come out with that straight away, you're a joke. You're an absolute joke.
The confrontation ends not with enforcement, but withdrawal. The officer disengages, leaving a moment of silence that speaks volumes. The camera continues rolling, allowing the weight of what just happened to sink in for the viewer.
All good.
I've just spoken to someone who spoke to you. I don't think he's DS from the sounds of it, but I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, I think what he said, did you say to him about obviously you weren't happy about the lack of police officers or something like that, was it?
Yeah, it's called an audit.
Yeah, fair enough. Long and short of it, like you said, he's obviously said you can record. The more people we see you and see it, obviously with everything going on, terrorism is obviously very high, you can be searched under it. Obviously it's our powers to use. I know you're going to say the legislation's not great, it's not, or we shouldn't be using it, whatever.
Well, no, it'd be an unlawful detainment is what it will be.
What we would say though is, obviously with what's happening in the world, and obviously Terrorism Act and stuff like that, we would probably, if we wanted, we can search under it, we'd think there's enough. I think what the guy upstairs said to you is, obviously you can film, obviously the longer you stay here, the more people are probably going to stop you and think this looks a bit suspicious. Is that kind of what he said to you?
Okay, just remember, suspicion number one isn't a crime.
No,
okay?
I didn't say it was. I just said, is that what he said to you? That if you hang around here, it's going to...
No, he didn't tell me that if I hang around here.
So what obviously what I'm saying is obviously if loads of police officers keep seeing someone film a police building, they would probably search you under the Terrorism Act because they would see it as suspicious that you've been spoken to now by 2 officers and they've said to you, like, obviously you can film, but if you carried on just staying here like all day, they're going to go, why is he still here filming?
And even if I did, there is still nothing wrong with
Okay.
that.
But you probably get searched, and then if you wanted to put a complaint in or whatever, then that would be down to you. But officers would probably, the next person who stops you will probably search you.
Okay.
And
Well,
just be aware, whoever you spoke to, they haven't informed anyone else that you're here. Or they've spoken
that's not my fault though.
No, I'm not saying that.
But as I did tell you, it literally only just left me.
Yeah, but I don't know
walked
that,
from
do
here to there,
But I don't know that.
and that
do
was
I?
when you came out. Okay.
But-
But maybe what you should do is
The
instead
third
of
officer steps in with a calmer approach, acknowledging the right to film while attempting to justify potential searches under terrorism powers. The auditor listens, then calmly dismantles the argument, reinforcing that suspicion alone is not a
instead of actually going to try and go straight in for and saying about a search, okay, maybe the actual facts should actually be put forward first. You can't go off of what you don't know, but what you do know.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is the
you're
difference.
Standing up here,
Yes.
filming a police building.
Yes, and what's wrong with that? There is no law and no crime that I've committed.
But to us, it's suspicious. You standing
Yeah,
up
but
here
just remember,
filming.
suspicion is not a crime.
But-
And if you actually go by what the actual memo was that got sent out to all police stations, okay, to do with auditors, and I told you that that's what I was doing, okay, that we are to be left alone, okay, and to be able to actually film, okay, and it is on the actual actual website itself to say that any member of the public has the right to film a police station, police staff, police vehicles, and so on, okay, and not have section 43 used, and that is on your own website,
Okay, but we can use
Okay.
that to search.
and it will be unlawful.
It's not unlawful.
Yes, it is unlawful.
No, it's not unlawful.
Yes, it is unlawful. Okay, you have to have reasonable suspicion. Okay, and just because you suspect, that is not reasonable grounds for that search. Okay. So you need to actually clarify, and you need to actually go back and look at how to use section 43 in the correct manner.
No worries, mate. I will do.
Okay.
So we'll leave you to it. But obviously, like I said, if more colleagues come, and obviously after we've obviously put it on the radio now because my colleagues put it up that someone filming, the next officers might search you, and it'll be down to their powers. All right? I know you disagree with it, but if that's what they decide to do, then that's what they decide to do. And if you're not happy about it, then obviously you have to put a complaint in about obviously that person.
The exchange turns educational as the auditor references official police guidance and the requirement for reasonable suspicion. The officer concedes that others might still search him, a revealing admission that highlights inconsistency and poor understanding of the law aspect.
Thank you very much for actually taking the time to actually go up
Yes, all right.
and actually find out for me.
Yeah, it's
It
all
was
right.
much
There's quite a few
appreciated.
people up there, so it does take a while to find.
Yeah, no.
Unfortunately, they've not got numbers or shoulders numbers.
No,
so.
it was most
But
appreciated.
Obviously, going forward, I know obviously you might want to record or whatever, but you probably will get challenged
And,
again.
and that's fine. I welcome any interaction by any officer.
Fair enough. But,
Okay.
but the next one might search you.
Yeah.
Is that fair enough?
Yeah. As I said, I welcome any interaction
Okay.
by any
Yeah,
officer.
no worries. Honest answer, are you going to be staying here for a while and filming? Just
I
so we
don't-
can put it up.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I
So
may.
obviously we can tell
I may.
people-
I may be done in 5 minutes. I may be here for another half an hour. I don't know.
Okay, no worries.
I
The only
couldn't
thing I
tell
would
you.
say as well, I know you want to film it, but there's also victims here as well.
I know.
So-
That's why I've made sure that I haven't
Yeah.
gone anywhere near the actual reception.
Yeah.
And when
But
I see,
they also do sit under here as well,
okay.
and they probably won't go upstairs, but they can go upstairs.
Yeah,
as
well,
So obviously we don't know-
nobody's been there, okay? If I
Okay.
sort of think that somebody is, okay, or somebody actually said that they were, then I would blur their actual face out. So that's not a
Fair
problem.
enough. That's the only thing I would ask.
Okay,
obviously.
no, that wouldn't
But,
be
like I
any...
said, the next officer might actually just turn around and say, like, you've been spoken to twice, you're getting searched. Fair enough? I know you might disagree with it, but that's probably what will probably happen.
Yeah, but then
I get what you're saying.
I will wait and see when I engage
Okay,
with the
that's
next
fine.
officer.
But all I'm just saying to you is probably what would happen next. Obviously, because we've had interactions now with you, 3 of us. Obviously, we've spoken to you,
Yeah.
and that's that. Okay?
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
No worries.
No worries. Thank
Sure.
you, sir.
Have a lovely evening.
What was I doing?
With no lawful grounds to act, the officers leave. No search, no detention. The auditor remains calm and composed, even welcoming future interactions, a quiet but powerful reversal of
Okay, so there is her walk of shame, where she really thought that she was going to use section 43 on me, but she got absolutely nothing at all. So she has to get back in her van, and then she has to drive off. So, but what an absolute joke that she thought that she could get out and actually go in for a section 43. Okay. Right. What an absolute joke this woman is. Absolute joke. So, but she really, really needs to sort it out. She really does. Look, in with the vehicle running and on her phone. So, what does that say? So,
Yes?
well, you do realise you shouldn't be on your phone while the engine's running.
Yes, I can be.
No, you can't be. That is what the actual law is. You're not above the law.
I'm hot.
You've still got the keys in the ignition.
And I'm hot.
That is, it makes no difference. The law is with the keys in the ignition. Okay, so you can see there, guys, that she really did not like that. Okay, so and she.
In a final twist, the auditor spots the officer using her phone with the engine running and calls it out, flipping the script completely. After attempting to use terrorism legislation, she's now being reminded she's not above basic traffic law. She drives away, leaving the auditor with the last word and the video on a note of sharp, undeniable irony.